in the Garden.
They got the heat on inside.
Yeah,
the way it came across like inside. I was like, you can't play basketball in that.
It used to be negative 15 when me and GA played in the Old Garden.
Yeah. And then 105 in the summer.
Well, welcome on into our Atlanta studio for the CarMax pregame show on a center court Friday. We'll get you out to TD Garden, where Matt Weiner, Brendan Haywood, and 3D Dennis Scott will be warm and on the call for the Suns and Celtics. That's about 30 minutes from now. That is Greg Anthony, Steve Smith. I'm Jared Greenberg. Check your watch, fellas. It is about that time. It's been too long for the Nets since they've had any drama, so ring it up. Here comes Kyrie right into the equation. He's entered the chat. Here's Chris Haynes tweeting earlier today. Brooklyn Nets star Kyrie Irving has requested a trade, league sources tell NBA on TNT. This comes in the aftermath of the sides unable to get an extension done. All right, so let's go to Chris Haynes, who joins us live on the telephone for the latest here. All right, Chris, so update us on this status here before we get into all the drama surrounding the Nets. What led to Kyrie's team going to the Nets saying they no longer want to play for this team?
So it all started last week. So last week I had a story with Kyrie Irving's agent, who is his stepmother, Shatilia Irving, and she went on the record, at that time and said that her and Kyrie, they're trying to get an extension done, and they want to be in Brooklyn long term. And at that point, at that time, she said the ball was in the Nets' court. And so for a few days, the Nets were kind of quiet. They weren't receptive to it. And so I guess in the last couple of days, they presented an offer, and I just reported this about 20 minutes ago. And this is ultimately what led to Kyrie Irving requesting a trade. I was told that Irving and his camp, they did not negotiate after the Nets presented an offer that was tied to the team winning a championship. So sources said that was a big insult to Kyrie and his camp. And I was told the issue was not about money, but just to show you how he feels about the Nets and, the stance that they took in trying to put that stipulation into the contract. I'm told even if the Nets came back and offered him a full max, he would not accept it. He wants out.
So he wants out. The Nets may oblige, they may not. Does it appear that there's a market for Kyrie Irving right now to give up something to acquire him?
Yeah, there's a market. There's three teams as of right now. I expect other teams to call in and inquire, but those three teams, obviously the Los Angeles Lakers, Phoenix Suns, and the Dallas Mavericks. Those are teams that have been engaged with the Brooklyn Nets trying to see what could potentially get done. And I also tweeted this, myself as well with the Phoenix Suns. You look at some of the teams that have something to offer. The Phoenix Suns are one of the few teams that can facilitate a deal where both teams would still be in championship pursuit. And so I think with the Brooklyn Nets, they have a little bit of time, as we're a little under a week away from the trade deadline, to where they can try to canvass and sift through the best offers. But, Sean Marks over there with the Brooklyn Nets, he's going to have a quite busy time. I would be very surprised if Kyrie is still a Net past the trade deadline.
All right, so Kyrie Irving is the third member of the Nets to ask for a trade in less than the last year. With James Harden last February, Kevin Durant over the summer, and now Kyrie here. The Nets came to some sort of agreement with KD to get him back into camp this year. Any idea where Kevin Durant's head is right now, heading into the trade deadline less than a week from today?
That's what we're all trying to get a glimpse into what KD is thinking right now. Obviously, he hasn't responded to any of my texts today, and understandably so. But I will say this, that is definitely the next puzzle. After this situation with Kyrie is resolved, you have to know. For the Nets, I would think they will be right now even trying to, get into KD's ears and try to explain what's going on and try to get him to understand that they are still on the path of trying to compile pieces to win a title. And I think that's what most GMs will be doing as of right now. But, yeah, that's the million-dollar question. What is KD thinking? Where is his head at? Because KD and Kyrie are awfully tight. So, that's something we'll have to monitor after this Kyrie situation is resolved.
Just real quick, one more point of clarification.